Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation for the day is the fourth verse from Sri Rag Mahalla Pehla, Lab Kuta Kur Chuhara, Thag Khada Murdar, Par Ninda, Paramal Mukh Sudhi, Agan Krodh Chandal, Raskas Aap Salahna, ए करम मेरे करतार, बाबा बोलिए पत होए, उत्तम से दर उत्तम कहिए, नीच करम बह रोए, राहाओ। रस सोयना रस रूपा कामण रस, परमल की वास, रस कोड़े रस सेजा, मंदर रस मीठा रस मास, एते रस शरीर के, कै घट नाम निवास, जित बोलिए पत पाइए, सो बोलिया परवान, फिक्का बोल विगुचना, सुन मूर्ख मन अजान, जो तिस भावै से भले, होर के कहन वखान, तिन मत तिन पत तिन धन पल्लै, जिन हृदय रहा समाए, तिनका क्या सलाहना, अवर सवाल्यो काए, नानक नदरी बाहरे, राचे दान ना नाए. So the central message of the line is Baba boliye pat hoye, uttam se dar uttam kahiye, neech karam behroye. Now the words boliye and pat that are used here are usually somewhat narrowly translated as speech, bolana, and honor. Which causes us to read the line literally as the wise speak in a way that brings honor. What we would like to do is try and see the fact that both of these words have connotations that really exceed these literal meanings. For instance, pat, when it is looked at broadly, also implies positive character traits that include moral uprightness, virtues, and proper speech. So we also look at bolye in somewhat through the same lens, in that bolye is not simply what is being uttered through the mouth, but it is also what is being displayed through one's actions. So Guru Nanak's emphasis here is to be a truly cultured person. This is a precondition for receiving and recognition in the divine court. Uttam Sedar Uttam Kahiye. Again, we've talked about the divine court in the past. The translation here is that our self-appraisal, made in the court of our self-judgment, the inner self, should be favorable. But for that, you have to become truly cultured. And we will see what that means. So clearly, this is an indictment of the way people lived, perhaps in his time, since he was observing this, but certainly during our times, because we can recognize and perhaps even identify with the greed, the slander, the deception that lurks even in our own minds. Perhaps we are incisive enough to hear the constant self-praise that flows out of our mouths. So Guruji says here, Raskas aap salahana, ek karam mere kartar, such have we become, or such have I become. So the use of boliye appears to be significant because Guruji seems to be asking us to reshape our conduct by creating a new relationship with the language that we use and review the choice of our words. And why might that be? I mean, at least that's the sense that we are picking up. It might be perhaps because words are powerful and have meaning and have creative power. They are like psychic containers. They carry not only their dictionary meaning, but with that, they carry the power of individual intent and motivation that far exceeds what the word figuratively or literally stands for. And words have a profound impact on others. The word that you use for another person actually has a profound influence on how that person feels or reacts. So language and speech, which are distinct human features, use words as raw material to create our culture and ourselves. In sum, the words we choose and the words we speak create the script of our reality and shape our essence as humans. So implied in this passage is Guru Nanak's teaching that there is a more profound and spiritual dimension to language than what we perceive it to be. And in Sikhi, this is called Shabad or Shabad Guru, which is again sound, bol. And that is Nam's creative dimension that exists in us as a potentiality. So Shabad is the creator. The bol, that the speech that comes out of us is actually the creator. And Guru Nanak is telling us here that all speech should be an effort to express the Shabad, the potential that resides in us as our true worth. It's the Guru's voice in us, and our aim should be to allow the Guru to speak through us. But just as language can be a creative force, it can also bind us, as is evident from Guru Nanak's illustration in the opening lines on how we commonly use language. He's used some powerful imagery since he lists out slander, idle chatter, deception, and self-praise as negative uses of language. And this is our habitual use. We use it as propaganda, as a vehicle for transmitting prejudices and stereotypes, and using it as self-promotion. This is what really makes dogs and scavengers out of us. That like a dog, we are forever greedy. We become slaves to our desires. We become addicted to pleasures of flesh, gold, money, sex, what have you. We feed on dead bodies, in other words, on immoral means, or snatch other people's rights. We become predators and hunt for that doesn't belong to us. This is the condition that Guruji calls haume. So we must remember to reorient, that if we reorient our relationship with language, it will in fact change the essence of who we are, because speech and language, as Guruji has told us, can be ennobling. That is why the wise are judicious in speech. They use words that are pleasant. Their speech is sweet, healing, soothing. But it's the foolish who are rash, but they then live to regret their words. In fact, there is a saying that even fools who keep shut are deemed to be intelligent. So it is the speech that is the first step that can lead us to the divine. Such is the power of words to shape or misshape our minds. And that is the thought we leave you with today. Until the next time, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.